Hello, Earth. Welcome to episode 33 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming language and environment called Cell. So if you're just tuning in and you want some context, you can go here to github.com autocodenl/cell, or I will paste the link in the description, which is here, or you can go to episode 1. Otherwise, we'll just keep on going where we are. We are approaching the season finale, whatever that is, which means we have something working by then. And we already have something working, but something working that is really doing a couple of calls and a bit of UI, minimal UI. So here's a list of things I wanted to do last episode and I didn't do them and I didn't get around to. So we're going to do them now. So we'll start now with basically changing what is returned by the get function. The put function when it works, because I wanted to return something that is a list of paths. And so I will just do that. I will just do the replacement here with the where is it? Oh yeah, escapes. Are the tests still passing? Only one way to find out. No. What's going on here? Yeah, I think it was a test we already... It wasn't passing before. Yeah, it was... Is it this one? Yeah, wait. No. This one. Yeah. Sorry, I'm running a cold, so that explains the annoying noises. I'm soon going to get a better microphone, so perhaps some of these the usual noises will be lower. So the path foo bar hey is setting a hash, but there's already a list at path foo. Let me understand if this error makes any sense or not. So we already put foo bar, yes. Yeah, it's supposed to return an error, but instead, yeah, because it's replacing foo in its entirety, right? Yeah. I wonder what's the issue here, because foo, yeah. Let's just do a console log of the pairs here. That will tell us what we're trying to do. So we're trying to set foo2 to foo2 something. Is that really it? Oh. Oh wait. We're just replacing with a list. This is completely wrong in this case. We're just setting something that will be a 1. What was I trying to do in this test? Yeah, it's a good question what I was trying to do here. If I just look at the dataspace here, and I copy it, it is just foo bar hey. Here's foo bar 1 and 2. Okay. I don't understand here this dot at all. I just don't get it. I feel like I'm putting a list at the top level. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand my own test cases. Sorry for that, but I need to understand what I'm doing here. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I had completely forgotten about how I'm doing things now. I'm already put receipts. I'm an idiot, my god. Sorry, I had forgotten that now I just pass two elements to put, or sorry, an even amount of elements in a list. A list with an even amount of elements to put. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So for a minute, I thought I went back to the old syntax, and I was thinking that I was just setting the entire data space to be a list, which was a bit weird because I usually use a hash because I like to have names at the top level. But now I get it. I'm setting foo to bar hey. Yeah, so far so good. Here I'm setting foo number 2 to something. Yeah, that should be fine, really, right? You got an okay here? The problem is that we're setting foo to a list, but the foo is already a number. Is that the problem? Yeah, that would be the problem. And if I just look at the data space after this, then what would we have? Yeah, this is inconsistent. Why is it allowed? Because I have to run the validator, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because I just iterate here without doing anything with the error, of course. So I go pair by pair. Yeah. If error, return. Can repurpose this. Yep. Sorry about that. Now yeah, because where I'm expecting an error. Yeah. New formats. Sorry, apologies about the sniffling. It's annoying. It's even annoying me. Imagine how much it might be annoying you. But it is what it is. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah. That is correct. What is your problem? I feel like I did the same thing. Oh, yeah. No, wait. Oh, yeah, I need to do something here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. So here this put would be, I'm just putting foo bar to the, and here if I do foo, I would expect bar hey. Yeah, that's correct. I think we are covering this already. Resetting here. If you put something to nothing, but you cannot put something to nothing. We can just do it like this. Put foo to like that. And then I expect it to be what did I break? Yeah, the input I guess has to be, sorry, an array of texts. Yep, that is correct. Because now we don't delete stuff with put, we always set it to a value. You know, did it implicitly, but do we have a test for deleting implicitly? And if we do this, if I set foo to 1, sorry, it will be like that. And if I get everything, we also get foo 1, right? Yeah, of course it's not signified. In this case, it will be like this too. Nice. Test the tests. Yeah, good. Am I still recording? Yeah, good. Yeah, we have this test case that you put everything. I think we have a check for the minimum length, right? No, I think we didn't do it. So if you do foo, no, you do put I guess if you put the whole thing as a 1, I guess you would get an okay. No, because it would be interesting. We hit a couple of interesting cases here. Because first of all, we need to check the length of the list. And these lists have to have more elements than just yeah. The path length has to be, if path length is less than 2, turn the lists or the paths to get put must have at least one element, but there is a path. Well, I guess you know which one has no elements. Element the path number, I guess it will be k plus. No, because it's not a function of the. It will be path 0. Empty. Yeah, that would do it. What did I break? What did I not break? Yeah. What's wrong with this? I have the conditional, sure. I have pluses. So the issue is here. This parenthesis, of course, sorry. But it's already a list. There is already a the validator is failing. Am I passing something wrong here? Yeah, it's just malformed, so you will never even get there. Oh, nice. So I guess if you do this, but then if you do that, and then you just get the error with the evens. So I cannot even trigger this error. But it almost feels like it's a bit of an accident that I can already, the validator prevents this, right? Because I want to basically make sure that you're not passing empty paths, but if you pass a path that has no length, then you're violating the very notion of the list, because element number 2 wouldn't be an item, it would just be of a list, it would just be a number. Yeah, this would never happen actually. Interesting. Because we're enforcing the structure. Interesting. Okay, I'll take that one. And then there's not much to be done here. Let's say if I just put everything to be, I cannot put the root path, that I cannot do, which I think I'm okay with. To overwrite everything, yeah, let's just move on. Yeah, so this goes away. It's just adding an extra one, but whatever. Just making sure it doesn't overlap. Did I miss putting a lot of things in the same line? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, because it should have been foo. Yup. That I'm. Yeah. Look at that. Careful. Careful with that box, Eugene. Yeah. And if I do this, I'm writing down the stuff instead of putting the spaces, because I think it's well, I don't think it is. It is more readable, eminently more readable. Ah, yeah, it should be like full bar. Yes, like that. Yeah. Sorry. Because you can override full bar for sure. It's been an interesting ride, eh? This testing the put, well, writing the get and the put. It's so interesting too that it's so short, the put. Just iterate right side, left sides and right sides. It's actually quite beautiful how it turned out. Yeah, I think this is pretty redundant. And then I mean, I could do one with multi-line just for kicks. Yeah, something like put full bar. Yeah, that worked. And now if I do what do I get? Yeah. If I get full, I guess I can do a I will get just a 1, right? Yeah. I think we're good. I really think we are. We have this minimal differences. Some things we joined there. This looks pretty clean to me. Yeah. Yeah. Only these spaces I don't like. but in this case they're necessary. Also here, but here they're not necessary, so we're gonna get rid of them. It'll be put yeah. Yeah, that's it. So only necessary in the actual input with indents, and it's done. We have a put. That's really cool. So now we have to do the UI. And we need to get rid of all of this stuff, the prepend, right? Yeah, I don't think we will resurrect it at some point. Well, maybe no, because we have the texture. Now we have everything. Boom, this is gone. Wow, that took us a few episodes to write until we ran into issues is now completely superseded. We have 55 lines from the top with everything basically. Pather, it's 4 if I remember. Pather, the daughter, sorter, validator, and parser. Actually, the daughter almost doesn't count, so it's really the parser, the sorter, the validator, sorry, pather, which takes the. It's funny because the pather is really the true parser, and what we call the parser is more like the overall sequence that does the pather, then the sorter, well, the daughter sorter and validator, yeah, and then the texture is the reverse. It takes paths and then you print them as 4 data. Also pretty short. And then we have the receive function, which goes even before the, well, it calls the parser, and then based on what we get from the parser, we run some further validations that are already not at the 4 data level, but more at, I guess, the cell language level, for lack of a better name. I think that would be it, really. And we dispatch put or get. And also, interestingly enough, we should forbid putting put, right? I think so. Yeah, because you're not supposed to override put. But if you do, what happens? Why do I have to always aim for completeness? I'm annoying myself because I want to do some UI, but maybe this is the session where we finish everything but the UI. If we put and we set it to full, what do we get? We get an OK, an innocent OK. And if we get put, what do we get? We will never. Yeah, it will be completely ignored, but it will still be in the data space. So I need to forbid it here. If the first part of the what was it in 2001: A Space Odyssey, when when the computer was overriding the orders of the astronauts. I think it was something like, "I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that." Yeah, let's just make it a bit ominous, because, well, we're still in control of the computers. Let's make some fun out of it. Yeah, let's just copy the whole thingy. Boom. Oops. Yeah. What is your problem here? Can you spot the difference? This difference is this. Interesting enough, for returning errors, which is a single path rather than double path. This is wrong. We want them to return full-on errors. Full-on list of paths. So whatever we are expecting error like this, also in receive, right? Oh man, this is gonna take a while. 22 matches. And this is how you get an entire season. Maybe I should call it, I learned Vim 15 years ago and never learned anything else. Yeah, I mean, I could use a macro, I guess, right? Yeah, let's do a macro. Okay, yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah. Does it work? Yes. Can't believe it. But apparently it does. And it makes sense, right? What I did? Yeah. I shot first and I asked questions later. But in this case it worked. Yeah, perfect. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Okay, let's outline. It's time. It's my bedtime. But let's outline. First of all, are we still recording the screen? Yes, great. What are we going to do? Because we have this, of which I'm very happy. I wouldn't say proud, because I feel that it really, I was basically guided to do this by the circumstance. So I don't feel I invented this. I felt more like I was discovering it along with you, if you're watching the videos as well. So if anything, I just came up, I didn't come up with this, I just stumbled upon this, let's say, this way of writing data, and then this implementation. So I'm very happy with having it. I think it's quite solid. I think the test suite is also quite solid. Look at this wall of text here. We have a few texts because we go from 361 to what? 563. So basically 200 lines. We have 350 of code at the top, and then 200 of code. Sorry, of tests. That's good because they're pretty dense tests. And now we're going to do UI, and that will be perhaps a season finale. I want to have the following going, because this is what I have on the view right now, which is nothing, it's 30 lines. And what I want to do is the following. I want to, because we also have the functions for writing it to local storage, and then the memory, we have it in the dataspace got variable, so we can access this from the views in real time, and whenever it gets changed we can update the view. So we have all of that stuff. We have all the plumbing, Now we need to put the toilet on. So we will have a new UI where we can implement the UI. So it's gonna be split the screen 70-30, and then for desktop, let's just be proactive, and I'm impatient because I want to see it working, and then top down. But we're going to do the mobile at the same time we do desktop, because let's be honest, we're going to use it from the phone too, right? So for mobile, add dialog on the right bottom, send calls, get results, put them inside the data space. Yeah, we're going to put them inside the data space. Perhaps not show them. Show data space on the left. Yeah, I think also allow to copy. No, not even the copy to clipboard. I think this is the season finale right here. What I'm looking at here. If we have that, the basic view there, then we can spend another season basically starting to add more commands that will do stuff on the left part, which I call the main, or the top part. Main plus dialog. If we have this, I think we'll build everything else. Well, not everything else. We'll build everything else in the new season. You have no idea how many ideas I have for this, because we'll still have to do the language, the proper references, working from the context, being automatically updated. So this is the beginning. Is the very basic building block of life, of cell. By the way, today I realized that what I've been calling a project should actually be called a cell. Like a cell as a unit of like a part of the data space that is self-referenceable and can reference other cells. And yeah, and I just now was procrastinating reading. Was it yeah, one of the inventors of VisiCalc. I think it was you have Frankston and then you have Brickling. It was Brickling basically saying that before the computer, the desktop computer was the desk. So that's kind of what I want. Actually, not kind of. That's what I want Cell to be. A sort of desk where your data can be, where your project can be, and that data and that project can be quite alive, right? You can work on it and then you can let it be, and then you can still interact with other cells. You can serve requests. You can do things every few hours, like an interactive desk, or like an interactive computer, but as a service. Yeah, that's exactly the direction that I'm going towards. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.